April Fools! But I'm 6 days late. Yeah, I was gonna make a Minecraft video for April Fools with a very clickbaity Pokemon anime title, but I didn't have the time. I also know how much you guys like my intro, so I replaced it for this video. But regardless, April Fools, I got you! What's going on, guys? I'm Entity Maze, here with my review of the latest Pokemon Sun and Moon anime episode. Episode 68, Work Experience 24-Hour Pokemon Center. With that title now said though, get relaxed everybody, as I will now jump right into my episode review. No more April Fools. So, the episode begins off with Poipole playing with Pikachu, and at this point, it's kinda creepy to me now too, instead of being just cute. But regardless of that, Ash realizes he's running late for his work experience that he has to do for the Pokemon school, and quickly runs off to go to the location. Which already, I love how they are doing this as a plot. It makes sense due to this partly being a slice of life anime now. Regardless though, while Ash was running, he runs into Team Skull, due to them noticing Poipole and thinking he's flashing it off, making them mad and attack Ash. Team Skull, the best reasons ever to fight. I love the bus stop one from the games. But anyway, of course, Ash wins the battle, but one of the members Boulder, aka Sip's Boulder, gets something stuck up its, things, I don't know what to call them, and it lets out a very stinky gas which Ash then suggests to bring it to the Pokemon Center for Nurse Joy to fix. But Sip denies the offer and says he can work it out for himself, and runs off with the rest of his gang. Ash just shrugs this off and then realizes he's running very late for the work experience and runs at the speed of sound to get to the Pokemon Center on time, which he does, the work experience revealing to be doing Nurse Joy's job. However, the Nurse Joy that was going to tutor Ash and the classmates had caught a cold, but the gang then insists that she gets some rest while they do her job for her, which they've seen many times before, which Nurse Joy accepts. However, she then gives a tablet with a list of jobs that she had to do, even ones that the classmates have never seen before. So of course, the gang then decide to take on every job. But before they do this though, they of course have to look for job. So the girls dress up like Nurse Joy, which was absolutely adorable, especially Lily. And of course, the boys had to dress up too. However, at first, they could only find the female outfit, which Ash for some reason put on. And when the girls see this, they then decide to make him fully look like a girl, which that entire scene was just hilarious to me. Especially because Ash was so embarrassed and because Mallow gave this cat face to the audience. Also, I told you in my discussion that I believed Ash would cross-dress. It was so obvious. Anyway, moving on, we'll discuss more about the cross-dressing later, but for now, the gang then take on the jobs of Nurse Joy for a good 10 minutes or so. AKA being a receptionist, which Lily was so during it due to her being so anxious, cleaning Pokemon, preparing rooms for trainers, and even some other little stuff. It was actually quite fun to watch. But in the background, Sip keeps spying on the gang, which Ash at first was because he was planning an attack on the Pokemon Center, but realizes he only wants to heal his God Builder due to the issue earlier on. So he puts his differences aside and decides to assist Sip. However, the problem got much more worse, and the gang didn't know what to do. But this is where Akala Island's Nurse Joy then comes to the rescue for plot purposes and manages to heal the God Builder along with the gang. Her then telling Sip to take better care of his God Builder by cleaning it more often, which he actually does, but shrugs it off like he won't because it's quote, lame, end quote. But ending the episode off, Nurse Joy then actually feels better, and Akala Island's Nurse Joy flies away, which was absolutely hilarious. And continuing the theme of funny, Rotom recorded the entire day for Nurse Joy to grade them, which he firstly showed Ash cross-dressing, which made him really annoyed. Brilliant. But with that story now said, let's now move on to my overall thoughts of this episode. Firstly, for the story, I actually really enjoyed watching it, despite this not being a plot important episode. And why that is for many reasons the episode incorporated. Firstly, let's start with the main focus, work experience. I found it to be very clever that the writers decided to make a story about work experience due to people in real life school or college having to do that for a grade in their course, or they just have to do it anyway. And the way the writers executed this topic too was just amazing to me. Of course, Ash and his classmates had to do the job of Nurse Joy, which one, it was a perfect choice to choose in my opinion, and 2, it was just really entertaining and interesting for me. Why interesting? Is because we got to see more of how Nurse Joy works every day. Sure, we've got many past episodes dedicated to Nurse Joy and her jobs, such as the XY episode. In fact, we also made the entire gang dressed up like Nurse Joy, just like Bonnie and Serena did. But anyway, I felt like this episode was absolutely perfect to show the jobs of Nurse Joy, unlike them previous series episodes. And we even got to see more features, such as having to prepare a room for a trainer because the Pokemon Center works like a hotel too. Very clever. But yeah, overall, it was just way more detailed than the previous series, due to this mostly being work experience, and of course I just found the jobs the gang were doing to be entertaining. My favourite parts mostly being the reception parts, but all the others were quite nice to watch too. One final thing I do want to say for this section though, is that I am very excited to see what other ideas the anime writers will come up with for other slice of life episodes, because of how well they managed to make these stories work in the Pokemon world. It's very interesting to see and makes me feel happy at times. Wait, was that a voice crack? I don't know. Anyway, personally, I hope we get something like a school dance episode in the future, a football episode for more sports, soccer cheer Americans, and maybe if they want to touch on a deep topic, they could do a bully episode. I'd love to see how that's handled, and we know this anime can touch on quite deep topics too. But we shall soon see what's in the store for the future. I just wanted to say what I personally felt and want to see for the future. Anyway, moving on, a second reason why I like this episode so much is because of the comedy they put into the episode. Now, I know for a fact some people will absolutely despise this episode's comedy or just dislike it, but to me, it was quite funny, mostly Ash cross-dressing. And by the way, no, this is not the first time he's ever cross-dressed. Some people think it is and are hating on the episode for going, quote, too far, end quote, because of that. Yeah, sorry to disappoint you. We've seen Ash cross-dress in the original series, Diamond and Pearl, and Black and White. There may be even more that I forgot. But it's kind of tradition for the anime to do this, much like the filler episode ideas they keep using again and again for newer series. So yeah, keep that in mind. Regardless of that though, getting back on topic, yeah, I just found the scenes of Ash cross-dressing to be funny, especially the girls' reactions to it like I explained earlier on. But my overall favourite highlight probably has to be the ending of the episode where Ash got embarrassed of Rotom showing the cross-dressing to Nurse Joy. It was absolutely brilliant. Everything else for regarding comedy either made me smile or I just found it meh, as I'm used to this new theme of comedy that I just shrug it off if I don't like it. But with that explained, finally, for another reason of why I like this episode so much, is once again like my previous reviews, is because of the little details we see within this episode, such as the cuteness they portray within the characters, of course Lily being the cutest, and talking about Lily, the way they portrayed her being anxious when being Nurse Joy I just found lovable, I can't express enough how precious she is. And I also like seeing the shops in the Pokemon Center, it makes it feel like the games, and I like the little development we got for the Team Skull member, and how he's scared to admit how thankful he is for the Pokemon Center, and finally, we have just how Team Skull are portrayed in the anime. Once again, they think they are all tough and a big threat, but in reality, they are just goofy wannabe gangsters, which I can't help but love. However, to those wanting to see Team Skull serve more purpose, I'm sure we will see that soon. Most specifically in my opinion, in the Ula Ula Island arc, due to Po Town, and even the island where we meet Guzma in the Pokemon games. Finally, to wrap up my thoughts on the main factors of this episode though, I do have one nitpick, which is, well, remember how in the last review I didn't like how little Ash and Poipole bonded? Well, the same goes for Poipole and the classmates here. I really do feel like there should have been an entire episode dedicated to them bonding with Poipole to make the friendship and family feel, well, just like that. Same goes for Ash. But that's all I have to say for nitpicks. So, let's now move on to the animation and music aspects of this episode. Firstly, for the animation, it was fluid throughout the whole thing, but I don't really have any spectacular highlights. All I'd say is that I like the effects they showed when Ash revealed his cross-dressing and the lighting within this screenshot. It looked pretty. But moving on to the music aspects, it was nicely shown throughout the entire episode, but my favourite highlights have to be the music that played when Ash battled Team Skull. It fit really well and was nice to listen to. And finally, we have the tune that played during the cleaning God Builder scene. Once again, it fit really well and was actually something I've never heard before, but yeah, it was just nice. With everything I've said in this video though, I've decided to give this episode a rating of 7 out of 10. You may think it's high, but I just had so much fun with this episode. However, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this episode. I'd love to hear. I don't blame you if you don't like it though. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions. Regardless, that concludes this video now. So if you enjoyed, then be sure to leave a like and a subscribe for future Pokemon content. It helps out a ton. You'll also become a member of the Entity Squad. For now, this is Entity Maze, signing out. Thank you for watching.